Hello. Hello, and in this station, we're going to work on collaborative learning. We're going to work on showing you Schoology, which is a social learning site, Google Docs, Digo, Sync.in, and Wiki Spaces. So we've talked about a few of these before, but I wanted to give you a different take considering that this is about collaborative learning. So one of the first things I wanted to show you was one of the things that we're doing in our Math 8 Common Core class. So using Schoology, I was able to post a question as part of their assessment, and I showed them a graph where they were able to, hopefully, able to look at the graph and determine what they can summarize based off of what they're looking at. For example, during the Great Depression, the 1973 oil crisis, and the recession, they were able to find that the number or the birth rates during those years went down. They also were able to find that the Roaring Twenties birth rates went up. And I asked them why that is and what kind of correlation. And as you can see, the student said, using the graph, I can say that the birth rate during the Great Depression decreased. It decreased during the oil crisis and during the recession. So I can say that when there is a depression, tragic event, not like Fun Fridays. Fun Fridays is an event that we have on Fridays that are supposed to be fun. The birth rates will decrease. But if events like Fun Fridays, I'm just saying, happen, the birth rates will increase. And so I thought that was a great example to show you of what students can come up with if things are left a little bit more open-ended and you give them the chance to demonstrate that. So showing you Schoology, we're able to go in and see what our classes are able to do and discuss. For example, they're able to find out what homework they have, even though this is used in their math class. They're able to post little interesting things. For example, 3 out of 2 people have trouble with fractions. And students are able to post things that are interesting to them so we can build a sense of community within our classrooms. Another thing I wanted to show you is our Google Docs. And in terms of collaborative learning, this is one of the assignments that we did on Scatter Matters. So we took this Scatter Matters project where they collected all of this data in our classrooms. We set up multiple labs, students collected data, and put them on this Google form. Once they were done, I was able to collect their data. And push it back out to the students to work with. They had to choose 2 different items. For example, how many syllables are in your name, first, middle, and last names, and how long is your cubit, the distance from your elbow to the tip of your finger. Now, students got to choose 2 different pieces of data and compare them to see if there was any correlation. And this was nice for them because this was their data that they collected. We separated it by period, and they had to compare, make a graph, plot the points, and tell us what kind of correlation, if any, and explain why they feel that is. So this is one of the things that students are able to do using a Google Doc. Another thing that students could use for collaborative learning is a Wiki Space. So we showed you before that it's a viable form or way for you to use it as an LMS system. Another thing that we do with it is every year in our geometry class, we give them the garden project, where they are responsible for creating a company, deciding who is in charge of what task, what their slogan or motto is, and uploading all of the various different pieces of information, like what is their location, how much is this going to cost. So we have Corning Co. So good it's corny. In here they uploaded their price sheet. They've uploaded a picture of their dimensions that they decided, as well as they zoned the location of their garden, as well as some pictures of the team. So, this is one of the things that students can do using this collaborative learning when students are able to work on it together, and these are quick and easy for students to get into. Lastly, if students do not have a Google account and you do not want to make things open to them, you can create a sync.in. A sync.in is a collaborative way for students to work on a project or an assignment together using, again, sync.in. It's a free site where if you look on the left-hand side of this screenshot, students are able to work on, say, a paper together, and you'll notice that it's color-coded. The color coding in here lets you know who's typing what in. So as the teacher, we're able to determine how much each person is contributing, and we'd like to see multiple colors and not just one. On the right, upper right-hand side, you're going to be able to see who is in this room and what color they are, so you can see who's contributing. On the bottom right, you can see a chat window. The chat window will allow you to see what they're typing on the side that's not interrupting the actual production of this assignment. The question can easily be, well, what if someone deletes and reposts and takes credit for it? The great thing about sync.in is that it has a time lapse, so you're able to go back in time to see what was typed, erased, so there's no way for students to come in and make up stuff or erase things and take credit for it as their own. So sync.in is a really great website for these kinds of collaborations. Lastly is Diigo. Diigo is a social bookmarking site, which again will help us as teachers, as because there's so much technology and resources available, it's very hard to sort through them. So what I can do is I can go through the community, the Diigo community, and search for specific things. For example, if I wanted math, resource, worksheet, systems, I can type in that search and find that here is 83 people who have the CUDA software on free Algebra 2 worksheets. In addition, I have certain groups, and in this I'm part of a group called the Flipped Classroom. So in here, since I'm a part of this, if anyone updates and they're part of this group and they share it to the Flipped Classroom, I automatically get those updates as well. I have a network of people that I follow, for example, Lee. So when Lee posts an item like she did an hour ago, I'm able to see what she's posting and add it onto my own as well. Now I use this a lot because as I go to various different websites, finding resources that I like, I'm not going to be able to find it, and if I do bookmark it and change to another computer, I won't have access to it. So by using Diigo, I'm able to access it from any computer by going to diigo.com, signing in, and I have full access to what's called my library. So as you can see, I recently added the Utah Core Standards, and in this, they had several different topics, especially for math, and they also have ELA, of course, and in here, I'm able to find specific standards and items that I'm looking for example, systems of equations or comparing the difference between rational and irrational numbers. But now it's your turn. I want you to go to diigo.com. I want you to create an account, and then I want you to search your subject, for example, English, and then follow someone. So let me show you how to follow someone before I forget. So once I am in my community and I find math, I can go ahead and look at this assignment. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. I can go to this 493 people and found Nathaniel Winner, and I can go ahead and follow him on the upper right hand corner. So once I do that, I'll be able to see all of Nathaniel's updates and hopefully find some really good stuff. So again, go to Diigo, create an account, and I want you to search a subject and then go ahead and follow someone or add a resource if you like. That's all for now. I'll see you guys next time.